So the easiest explanation as to why I'm still here today is back in grade 7 I needed to fill a time slot and I thought that the sax was sexy. Still is. But for the answer as to why I thought the sax was sexy, we'll have to go back. So even though Back to the Future came out in 1985, I didn't see it for the first time until I was in grade 4. Little 9-year-old Will watched it and he fell in love. I hadn't seen anything quite like it before, but more specifically, I'd never even heard anything like it. As a kid, I really only knew movies had music like this. Or this. Or this. Which, I mean, mind you, I thought were great, but I only thought of them as film scores. You'd never catch me walking around listening to Imperial March on my MP3 player, you know? So hearing something like Back in Time in a movie, like a famous movie, was just astonishing. I mean, just having something like that in a blockbuster movie was one thing. But then another thing happened. Oh my. I was blown away. Once again, I was 9 years old, so I didn't exactly have an expanded musical library. Pretty much the closest thing I knew to a band instrument was the clarinet, thanks to my brother, and that's... yeah. I mean, as I'm writing this, I'm listening to the Greatest Hits album, and oh my god. The fact that something like that could sound so sexy next to this 80s pop music was fantastic to me. After that, I started to listen to more music with sax, but I didn't really know what to look for. I mean, again, this is the first thing I'd ever heard with sax in it. Coincidentally enough, around that same time, I also really liked old school animation. Okay, this all ties together, don't worry. Plus, I mean, padding's always good. You know, gotta hit that 10-minute mark somehow. So how's the weather today? It's crazy. I was watching Betty Boop cartoons on YouTube, because, you know, where else would I watch them? I came across a music video for Betty Boop from the 30s. Little did I know at the time, it was about to be my introduction to jazz. So I click on it, and my mind went... I looked into it, and the song was called Minnie the Moocher by... yeah. Yeah, that's right. Good job. What a nerd. So after an intro to jazz and an interest in the saxophone already, I jumped at the opportunity to play an instrument in grade 7. I mean, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, but I still wanted to play it, and in the end, isn't that what music should be? Not something we force ourselves to do as a career, but a passion that we just push ourselves to because it's something we want to do. And that was definitely the case with me in grade 7. It took me to high school to develop a true passion for jazz, enough so to make me want to join the jazz band at least. And that takes us to here. And so what's the moral of the story, class? Watch Back to the Future. It's a great movie, and you'll get some great advice from it. So that's basically the gist of why I love music, and why I play it. I think it's funny that my inspiration came from a movie, but I also think it's a little beautiful that inspiration can really come from anywhere. Even your friend's basement in grade 4. Wow, I should call Eli. I haven't talked to him in like years.